This is Linda from Lilybug's Library, and it's day 2 of our advent calendar. So I'm back today to pick another one, and Oliver apparently is going to help because he's very nosy. So we already did day 1. I just left a little bag in there. So this one, the little teddy bear, is day 2. I squished it in instead of out. There we go. All right, Oliver, here we go. Are you ready? I can't get it out. There we go. All right. So this one says Wolf's Spice. Black tea, ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, and cloves. Sounds kind of like a chai tea. All right, so I'm going to get my little tea ball. I just got up, so Oliver thinks that I haven't paid enough attention to him yet. Even though I gave him treats. Yes. Okay, we're going to pour it in the little tea ball here. No, not you. It's not for you. A little bit more. Okay. So we'll close it up. Oh, there we go. I had my thing in the way. Okay, so we'll close it up, and I've got my hot water. So we'll tuck it in there and let it steep while we talk. And while it's steeping, I'm drinking coffee because, like I said, I just got up. So today we're going to talk about what I consider the best children's books. So there's a lot of them out there, just like there's a lot of cozies and a lot of different things. But the children's books that I like the most are ones that have a character that the kids can really love, and that they either think he's goofy or they think that he's, sweet, and they would like to, have that character around. There's a lot of books out there that are that talk about important issues, but for the most part, kids want just fun books. So although they have an important place, we're not going to touch those ones today. We're just touching the ones that I think that kids enjoy the most. At least kids that, that I've interacted with. I mean, between teaching and then, my own grandchildren, these are the ones that really take the cake. All right, you have to get down because you're right in the way. Okay. All right, so, and these aren't in any particular order. I mean, they're all great. So the first ones, and these are, the children really like these ones because they have to do with seasons and the changing of the seasons when you're, welcome to my hot mess. Both cats are now on the table, and Sebastian just knocked over the advent calendar. So we're doing well this morning. Okay, so these are about the changing seasons, which is fascinating and important when you're 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, because you're still at the point where you don't quite understand what's going on. You just know it's that it happens. So this is about Fletcher, and he's a fox. So there's Fletcher and the Springtime Blossoms, and there's Fletcher and the Falling Leaves, and they're both really good. There could even be more Fletchers, but these are the 2 I happen to own. And the Falling Leaf one I think is my favorite because Fletcher is a little fox who doesn't understand what's going on, and he doesn't know why the leaves are falling off the tree. So he tries to rescue them, and he tries to stick them back on the tree, and he thinks the tree is sick and he's trying to help. Excuse me while I fix my cats. Okay, Advent calendar has been rescued, so we'll continue. So he's trying to fix the leaves and make everything better. And then, some of the other animals are trying to explain to him that, the tree's not sick. This is just what happens. And so in the end, he's very sad because all the leaves have fallen off the trees. But then when he wakes up in the morning, he sees this, which I don't know if you can catch the sparkle there, but it's a tree all covered in sparkly icicles. And he realizes that, oh, it's beautiful. It's, not sick at all. So anyway, that was a really good one. And the next one is a series that this one is If You Give a Cat a Cupcake. But if you have kids, I'm sure you know there's if you give a mouse a muffin, if you give a moose a, maybe it's if you give a moose a muffin. Moose, mouse, cat. There's a lot of them anyway. And it's really cute because each time you give the cat or whatever the animal is something, it wants something else. So it says if you give a cat a cupcake, he'll ask for some sprinkles to go with it. And then, of course, you give him the sprinkles and he needs something else, and all the way through the book. So the kids really like that because it's like crazy things that he's asking for. And each time it's more of a mess. And then in the end, it goes right back to where it started. And it says if you give him some sprinkles, he'll want a cupcake to go with it. And it's, oops, this way. It's him all covered in sprinkles and things. So it's really cute and engaging. And, the whole series is really good. Excuse me while I take a drink here. My hair is a hot mess. I glanced at it in the camera. And I was supposed to have a haircut last weekend. And then with getting COVID and waiting to feel better, and now it's like, okay, we need to have this done. So hopefully soon. So the next one was the Franklin series, Franklin the Turtle. So this is hugely popular. It was popular when my children were little. It's been turned into cartoons. It's crazy popular. And this particular one is Franklin and Harriet, which is him and his little sister. And each Franklin book talks about something that is going on in Franklin's life that would be very similar to what's going on in a child's life. So there was like Franklin goes to the hospital, or Franklin is afraid of the dark. Hurry Up Franklin, which is about him kind of dawdling. And, there's just tons and tons of them. And I think we probably own most of them. But they've all been terrific. And the illustrations in it just are amazing. I'm always, really impressed by how well the illustrator does. Let's see if I can find another really good one here. Like here's one with him and his family, and you could spend half the day just looking at the illustrations and finding little things in it. So it's been a really good one. Okay, another coffee drink. All right, let's take a second, see how our tea's doing. I know I'm a two-fisted drinker this morning, but actually it looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna leave the tea ball in it because I realized I don't have a place to put it, but we'll take a little sip. I feel like a wine taster. It's okay. It's not as strong as I expected it to be. Maybe it just hasn't steeped enough, but I kind of expect it with those spices in it that you would taste them more. I mean, it could be the COVID too, I suppose, that I'm not tasting as much, but I had no problem with the other one. So I don't know, it's just not that strong, and I'm not getting a lot of the cinnamon or the ginger, and so I'll try it again in a couple minutes. We'll see if it changes. All right, so the next one is Pete the Cat. So Pete the Cat's another one who's just so popular with the kids, and he is very groovy. That's his thing. He's groovy. So he everything he does has to do with him being groovy, and it's just fun to watch. And he has a lot of friends, and this particular one is one of the younger ones for him. It's Pete the Cat and the Four Groovy Buttons. So in it, Pete the Cat is, he puts on something and he's getting ready to wear it because he's got his colorful buttons and he's singing a song he likes to sing. And one of the buttons pops off. So then instead of singing about four groovy buttons, he has to sing about three groovy buttons. So he does this all through the book, and it's the kids, because it's the same words over and over and over, the kids get so they know what's coming so they can help you read it. Because he's, each time he's talking about, the button coming off, and it says pop, another button popped off, right? So there goes the button. And so each time that happens, he says, did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. So after, a little bit, the kids start to say the same thing with you, and everybody kind of sings along. So it's fun. There's Pete and the Missing Cupcakes. There's Pete and his white shoes, which is, I think, my personal favorite, because he goes stomping along in his white shoes, and he gets them, he goes through strawberries and gets them red. He goes through blueberries and makes them blue. He goes through mud and makes them brown. And so it's just fun to read. So that's one. And the next one, I'm sure you've heard of, because he's, I don't know, he's super famous. I'm assuming he's probably just as famous in other parts of the world as he is here. No, still not very flavorful. So the next one is Robert Muntz, and this is just one of his called Angela's Airplane. He is super funny. Well, that's a picture of him, but I think that's quite a young picture. But oh gosh, he's got a lot of books out, and uh, each one's really fantastical and crazy, and I've heard him do the books at times, and he really is over the top when he does them. Um, I mean, teachers try, but he's really got a gift for it. And each one, like this one, the Angela's Airplane, she gets in the cockpit, and her father tells her, like, no, no, don't touch anything. Father or mother, one of them, anyway. But she can't resist, right? So she pushes one button, and then she pushes another button, and then the next thing you know, she's taking off, and she doesn't know how to get back down, and everybody's panicking, and they're trying to get her back down. And anyway, eventually she does land the plane, and she tells her parents, like, no, 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 I'm never going in a plane again. That's it. And then she ends up being a pilot when she grows up. So the whole thing is really cute, and there's I'm trying to think of the other ones. There's one, I think, there's one called Thomas's Snowsuit, which is about, like, asking. No, I think it's called, maybe it's two different ones. But there's one where there's a little boy where they ask if he has to go to the bathroom, and it's like, no, 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 don't have to go. So they zip him into this snowsuit, and of course, once he's in it, he has to go. And so it's always some kind of hilarity that happens. There's one, I can't remember the name of it. It's been a while since I read it, but it has to do with this little girl who wishes for something on her birthday. So when she wishes for rain, it rains like a lot and floods everything. When she wishes for snow, it snows like crazy, and they can't even hardly get out the door. And anyway, then eventually she wishes for money, and then the parents are just fighting over the money, and everybody else is. So she wishes that away, and she wishes for a baby. And so her parents are, a little taken aback by that. And so she ended up wishing for like three babies or something. So she gets more than she bargained for. But anyway, it's really cute. And the last one that I've got is called Wordy Birdie. So this is new. This is something that I didn't read to my children. It wasn't around then. I have read it to the grandchildren. And there's another Wordy Birdie one as well. So there's at least two. Uh, Oops, my screen. There we go. So Wordy Birdie, and Wordy Birdie is hilarious. Wordy Birdie doesn't listen, so it's all about not listening. So she talks all the time. She doesn't listen to anything anybody says. And so when her friends try to warn her about danger, she doesn't listen. And so it's got a good message to it, and it's just fun to read, because you're reading everything really fast, because that's the way Wordy Birdie talks. And so yeah, it's really cute. So those are some of my picks. I'm sure that, oh gosh, there must be tons and tons of them out there. So let me know in the comments if you have children, if you have any particular books that you read. to them that you really enjoyed. Maybe it's something as a kid that you really enjoyed, and you want to share that with us because it's I'd love to hear what everybody's take is. I always love finding out new books, whether they're children's books or adult books. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I'd love to, like I said, have your comments. Okay, one last taste of the tea. I'd give it a 2 out of 5 stars. This one's not my favorite. So this one again was called Wolf's Spice. So yeah, I don't taste a lot of spice in it. So anyway, we'll see what tomorrow brings. They can't all be winners, right? All right, talk to you soon, friends. Bye bye.